Nithyananda, let's start the power manifestation session. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagwan in third eye, and start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Dharmasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatihitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda, such a powerful cognition, darshan, and such an intense space of seeking. The seeking is the change, the decision to change, decision not to hide things under the carpet, and ready to face our incompletions and seek to understand the higher reality. Only when we know there is a problem, we will start fixing it. When we are concerned about the problem, we would want to fix it. Seeking is such a beautiful space that Bhagavan says, the minute you decide to seek and get off from that powerful, powerless space and understand you're the ultimate powerful space, who you are, who Bhagavan is, who the universe is, everything is one and the same, the Paramashiva space in you. With that space, let's start the power manifestation today. First, let's understand what is power manifestation. Power manifestation is nothing but a cognitive shift and can infuse powerfulness into any action or state that we are in. It raises the frequency of our body and mind and to ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita. It's a cognitive shift. When you manifest powers, when you see something beyond your logic happening in front of you, that is when we start really shifting from our basic binary logic to multidimensional logic. And that shift, which is the cognition shift that happens the first few times, simply Bhagavan says that seeking, once it is clicked, after that anything I can download and it becomes reality in you. Paramashiva, who's the living being, he's beyond the form and formless, Ajomuha. The five phases, Satyojata, Vamadeva, Agora, Tatpusha, Ishana, doing the Panchakritya of manifestation, sustenance, regeneration, pulling us out of delusion and liberating. Constantly the Big Bang and black hole is happening in all of us as the existential reality. It's assumed as too big, but when we understand the simple seeking, it just gets into such a beautiful space of oneness, experiencing Paramashiva. Paramashiva has come down in the form of our Guru. His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of KAILASA, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. He is an avatar from Hinduism and a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, temple-based university user-friendly for the modern world. His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution in multi-level by the anti-Hindu elements. KAILASA, led by His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam and his Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace 24/7, 365 days. His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam is a founder of Nithyananda Hindu University, which has extended campus in 150 countries, and he is 293rd Guru Maha Sannidhanam of Shamala Pita, Sarvanya Pita, and Swargapura Adinam, and present Maharaj of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam. Bhagwan Paramashiva has come down to make us realize the space of Hinduism, space of KAILASA, raising the superconsciousness from human being to the superconscious being. He has given the science of power manifestation, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The Veda Agamas, the Shastras, the Shastra Pramanas are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. The Apta Brahmanas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Siddhas, Nainamars, Alvars, authorities of Hinduism who are the scientists who time-tested and verified each of these power manifestations. Atma Brahmanas are the avatars who have landed on planet Earth to raise the superhuman being to the superconscious beings. His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, the Millennium Avatar's personal experience, his compassion to be in the human body, in human plane, and experience and show us the power manifestation as living as gods and goddesses. Bhagavan has initiated millions of disciple devotees, followers, who are the Shakshi Pramana today for the science of power manifestation. Here, we'll go to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana from Shiva Sutra 1.13. Ichcha Shakti Rumari Kumari. His will. His will is the energy of Shiva, and it is called Uma, the independent power of Sadashiva, and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays and power. Uma and Kumari, the independent will of Shiva. The whole space that Bhagavan has beautifully given, how the each of our cognition shifts when we start seeking. So beautiful that Bhagavan has told in many ways for us to understand there is a change which is required. The change which we are, the infinite, what we assume, the uniqueness about us is also the same thing that how we exist in the unique way. Bhagavan beautifully has said how in the dream, the body is lying down. Nobody has seen ourselves sleeping. But in the dream, we appear in multiple places. We appear in others' dream. We appear in our dream. We appear in friends' dream. We are infinitely appearing. And so is our friends and families. Everything is happening infinitely possible, infinite combination. And it's happening in all coherence. While we are just sleeping, our parents are sleeping, our friends are sleeping, but we appear in a dream in multiple ways. Same thing Bhagavan says, in this dream also, the possibility of appearing in infinite is possible. How we understand our dream, we understand our life is also a dream, which is manifested by the perception that we are seeking. What we search in the Google is what we find as answers. Same way in life, if you want to understand a book, if you want to understand, you go to the chapter where it asks the question, you'll understand the book much faster. Same way, when we understand our powerless space, we understand ourselves much more concrete. When we seek, the whole space shifts because we want a change from what we are not. And we start understanding that is possible when Guru initiates us. When he says that this is what it is, and simply that happens in us when it clicks with what Guru says as our reality. Simple seeking, decision, aligning to our Guru simply makes us one with Guru. Bhagavan has come down as our Guru, where he is so clearly telling us, all you need to do is connect with me and you will experience the ultimate powerful space. The ultimate oneness happens when Bhagavan says, every time the seeking leads us to the whole change that we are looking for. Like how Bhagavan says, in the Middle East crisis, we get into the confusion of self-doubt, self-denial. Oh, this is not happening for me. This is not for me. This is not what I am looking. We just postpone it by doing that. Instead, we seek for the change. The change will simply happen in us. It's by nature the change happens. The seeking only makes us accept the change and just flow with the change, who we are by nature. Bhagavan beautifully says that by nature, we are all knowing, we are all powerful, we are infinite, all inclusive. If we are all that, then why are we not experiencing that? Is the only reason we are not looking for the seeking. Once we decide for seeking, that what Bhagavan says as our reality, whatever needs to happen, that is the only thing. Without the self-doubt, self-denial and self-hatred, simply we are allowing the change to happen. Bhagavan can simply click with us and raise us to the higher conscious space. The will that we need to have is the only thing that we need to have when we are the whole space of oneness. The beautiful, there is, Bhagavan says about the Nayanamars, and one of the Nayanamars is a king. He had only one will, that whoever wore the Rudraksha or Basma, he would respect them and he would do anything what he says. And it's so that the enemy came to know about it. One day he came and he said, the enemy said, I want to meet you in person. And the king said, absolutely. And when he was alone with the enemy killed him. Even when the enemy killed him, the enemy who came in had Rudraksha and Basma on his forehead. So he calls his guards and says, don't worry about me, but the person who came from the opposite party has to be taken care till the end of the limit of our kingdom, so that he's not harmed, because he's wearing the Rudraksha and Basma. Even the time that he is going to die, if he is only able to seek for the one cognition that he is holding very strong, that Basma and Rudraksh has to be respected. Bhagavan said he is simply liberated just by that one thought. He's in the Paramashanta space, not reacting, but holding on to that as his ultimate decision and simply getting liberated. Such a beautiful thing happens when we seek for the oneness and seek with one clear idea what Bhagavan gives. And simply that one click, how Vibhadalanari Kuppammal, Bhagavan, when she was teaching Bhagavan, she gave that click. Whatever she says is simply becomes reality in Bhagavan. Any click that you hold on to this strongly, seeking for only for change that Bhagavan has given you as your ultimate tool, simply it will all become reality. Bhagavan beautifully says, Shiva Sankalpa, Mama Sankalpa. It's already, all this is being enacted and it is all written. All we need to put ourselves in that position and act the role, and simply we'll be seeing the whole grace land on us. This is what here he says in the Shastra Pramana. And going to Apta Pramana, so beautiful that one click was given by Narada when Prahlada was in his mother's womb. In the pregnancy itself, Prahlada was told very clearly what everything that exists is Vishnu. And when he came, he was only 5 years old. He understood that everything exists is Vishnu. What a 5-year-old will understand, but he did not doubt it. That is the beauty, he says, about kids. When Bhagavan is grooming the Balasans in Gurukul, from the beginning, he is given this as the ultimate. Seeking is the ultimate. And each click, like how Vibhadananda Burima gave Bhagavan, same way Narada gave Prahlada. So the minute he was born, and he was born to a father who did not believe in God, he was completely an atheist. And simply he was trying to kill him, give him poison. But the poison turned into nectar. Throw him in a snake pit. All of the snakes turned into garland. Throw him off the cliff. the same father, instead of getting frustrated again and again and again by completely again and again into killing him, his very own father, not getting frustrated, not getting abused, not getting anything, but only understanding his father's ignorance and raising the father to the next conscious level. By his will, the only will that he had is everything that exists is Vishnu. So strongly his will, vairagya that he had, seeking that he had, that he said he will be able to change his father. And father asked him to show Vishnu, and simply he shows the pillar and Narsimha comes out. And he says, who will be scared of you? You are such a compassionate being. Prahalada, who's 5-year-old, doesn't get scared of Narsimha because he sees only Vishnu in Narsimha, which is the ultimate reality. And he brings back his father completely out of the arrogance and in confusions that he had about the whole space that he was living in. The will could change the father and everything just by continuously holding the vairagya of seeking. Bhagavan so beautifully says that when the prasada are made, and he had done this experiment in Tirupati, that when the prasada was made, all the Nevedyam is made and offered to Tirupati Venkateshwara, the laddu which comes out of the Nevedyam tastes completely different other than the laddus which are not sent for the Nevedyam. Same way, when Bhagavan mixes all taste, bitter, sour, sweet, and spice, everything together in the Maheshwara Puja, it simply comes out as very tasty and extremely tasty food, and that he gives as prasada to all of the sannyasi, all the disciples. Here today, with the power of will, the Shakshi Pramanas that we have, changing the taste of something which is bitter or too salty, I manifested Haritaki into lemon taste. That is wonderful if you can change Haritaki into a different taste. We have one more here. Lizzie is saying, yesterday we worked on changing the taste of water. We could choose salty or sweet. I tried 3 times. Each time I chanted Mahavakya for 3 minutes. It worked once for me. The water turned salty. Fun playing with powers. Absolutely, when you understand that when Bhagavan says it is possible, you're initiated, simply seeing it as reality is the seeking space. The change happens when you accept the change is happening. That decision that you are making makes the change happens, not when you see the change and confirm the change is happening, but you made the decision the change is happening, you're manifesting the power, and then you see the power getting manifested. So beautifully, here we have one more devotee who is saying that the temperature went from, in 3 minutes of what we were doing, 82 to 79. Simply the temperature dropped and she was able to see the temperature change immediately happen. Now, we're going to have the first cycle of manifesting the power of changing the taste of solid or liquid. You can keep a piece of paper next to the object. Suppose you take some salt or salt water. You can keep or juice or hathiki, whichever you label the taste that you're tasting right now. And also write down the taste that you want it to change. You want a salt or sweet or any of the changes. You can keep more items also in front of you. So the power of will simply will change the matter in the way you are experiencing it. How you are going to manifest. First, you declaring that you have manifested and you're able to taste the haritaki as sweet or sour. Then you write in a piece of paper. The more you are having the vairagya, seeing the will is nothing but you declaring it before itself that this is what I am experiencing. Then the experience becomes a reality. Manifestation is not proving something to yourself. It is to experience what has happened in your inner space into reality. In your inner space, you are clear that you're seeing this happen. Once you see that happen, that becomes your reality. Not after you manifest, you check, and that becomes your reality. That is only for the matter. But your inner space is already very clear that it has seen the change and tasted it, and the reality has happened. Then when you chant the Mahavakya, that becomes the reality. What is your illusion is what is your delusion. What you are inside gets projected outside. If you have self-doubt, obviously you're going to say yet to manifest. If you are very clear that Bhagavan has initiated me, I can manifest any power, and I see it happen, I taste it, I feel it with all your five senses, simply you will see in front of you that has manifested as reality. The willpower, that will persistence to change you have is what is reality. So the first cycle, we are going to have the object that you are going to place the matter, sweet or salty, in front of you, and please write and take a picture of it. And after the change, again take a picture of it. If you can video record it, it'll be extremely nice. All these great powers, when you video record it, you'll understand the deeper and deeper reality that is happening. Please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Remember Bhagavan in your third eye. Again and again, remembering Bhagavan. Again and again, remembrance is liberating, Bhagavan says. Bringing the awareness, the consciousness to your third eye, and remembering Bhagavan in your third eye liberates you. From the space of absolute unclutching, understanding the all that what we perceive is only what we create as our reality. Everything that we see is only already happened in our inner space. So now I'm going to be Paramashiva as my only strength. I'm going to declare my integrity that I am Paramashiva, so that I project Paramashiva as my reality. Be very clear in your sankalpa. Absolute unclutching of the outer world and the inner space that you have, declare your complete integrity that I am Paramashiva. Your inner space is like the Garbha Mandir, where the deity resides. In your heart is the Paramashiva space. Now experience the darshan that Bhagavan has given. Feeling the oneness, Shakti Pada happens, the entanglement happens when you're in absolute Paramashanta space. You deciding to be in Paramashanta, which is your natural space, and experiencing the oneness is your decision. Once we decide to be in that space continuously, we become the space of ultimate bliss. Ultimate ananda happens, and manifesting becomes so beautiful. Raise your frequency by chanting the Mahavakya. That is the Mahavakya initiated by Bhagavan. Simply it opens your energy centers and connect to Bhagavan and pull towards KAILASA. Whenever you chant the Mahavakya, literally in deep listening, and your whole being vibrates with it, you're pulled to KAILASA. So we have now 11 minutes of oneness capsule. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continuously chant. We'll play the oneness capsule now.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Yes, you can now paste whatever you have kept in front, and even the little change that you are experiencing is what you have now perceived. What you had the will, now you perceive from what you have seen the change. So take a picture. If it has not become salty, if it has become sweet, write a piece of paper and then take a picture. And now the second cycle, we are going to do the change of temperature. If you have a thermometer, that's excellent. If you don't have a thermometer, have 2 glasses, like how Bhagavan did for the laddu. You can have 1 glass in front of you and 1 glass further away. And he says so beautifully, Raghupati Yogi, whenever Bhagavan had to take bath in the tank, and it used to be very cold in the December month, and he will touch, just 1 finger he will touch, and simply the water will become so warm and sometimes even hot. The power of the will over the matter. Simply you can manifest the reality. It will become completely hot or very cold that it will start condensing. You can take a picture of the cup of water that you're going to place in between before you. If you have a temperature, excellent. If you can video record, it's ultimate. So go ahead, if you can record it and measure the temperature and note down the temperature, and we can start the second cycle. Have a clear will. That's what Bhagavan is saying. Not something happens after you see. That is self-doubt. That is how logical mind works. Multidimensional logic is how you perceive it before, inside you. You create the reality. You are the infinite possibility. When you understand you are all inclusive, all knowing and infinite, you will simply manifest that as your reality. The shift happens inside us, the cognition shift, that you are perceiving yourself beyond that problem, beyond that whole thing happening outside, and you're able to click with that. Not just perceiving, but you're able to click. How a joke, you laugh when it clicks with you. Same way, you click with this powerful cognition. Hey, yes, I don't need to be worried about the finance. I don't need to be worried about my obesity. I don't need to be worried about my health or my relationship. I just need to unclutch. I just need to have a will and it'll become reality. Bhagavan will make it a reality. All I need to have is the seeking, the change I am ready to go through. When I am deciding, if I'm deciding that I see myself beyond the problem as what I am, that is the what I'm going to go through, which is life extreme positive, Bhagavan says. So hold that cognition inside you. Because Bhagavan said it is going to become reality in me. Because I'm an initiated disciple, I can simply manifest that. Be in that space of oneness, that Paramashiva is you. And you can manifest anything. That change is the only thing that we need to have. The seeking that we need to have. Hold that and see yourself practically happening in front of you. Now, let's start. Sit straight. Visualize Bhagavan in your third eye. Again and again, any self-doubt comes, raise yourself to visualizing Bhagavan in your third eye and repeat the Mahavakya continuously. Contemplate on the deep truth of seeking. Seeking is not hiding under the carpet, but really pulling it out and ready for shifting your inner space and changing that. No more that reality is going to happen in me. I'm very clear. I am going to manifest Paramashiva space and I can manifest anything. That is the only thing I'm going to hold on continuously without self-doubt, again and again going back to the self-doubt, but again and again going back to the seeking. So with that, let's start chanting the Mahavakya for another 10 minutes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll play the oneness capsule and Mahavakya.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Nithyanandam, if you're part of Paramashivam program, you're going to have the next surprise as Bhagwan's Kotiyat session to be replayed. So don't go anywhere, just stay tuned. And if anybody has missed, please call your family, friends, everybody. Bhagwan's such intense Kotiyat session is going to be played again next in NTV. So please stay tuned. And if you're part of the social media, Facebook, YouTube, or MTV, please go ahead, record all your experiences that you have experienced now in oneness with Bhagavan, whatever Bhagavan has showed you, to make you understand that when you change the inner space, simply it reflects in the outer world, in the matter that you see, that you have experienced in the physical form. Please record that in tinyurl.com/power manifestation. Why you need to share all these again and again and again? When sharing, we are literally like signing and attesting what has happened in our inner space. When we share, we are telling ourselves that this is my reality. And hey, look at it. When we tell others, we are making that understanding into cognition. And when you cause others the highest reality, the ultimate reality for them, not just causing their wealth, health, relation, but the ultimate reality of manifesting these powers, manifestation itself, that they are Paramashiva. When you cause their reality, you expand into that infinite possibility. Bhagavan beautifully says once how Ramana Maharshi, when all the people come on the day of Paurnami, and they go around, they come to Ramana Maharshi to touch its feet. But the disciples thought like it was too inconvenient, and they put gates around it. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi went beyond the gate and sat in the outside the gate and said, so many infinite Ramanas are coming all over, Arunachalas are coming all over. I need to have darshan of them. And he went outside. Like Bhagavan says, each one of us has infinite possibility, and all that is happening right now. So to experience that ultimate oneness and experience making that as our reality, please always go ahead and share and cause others reality. Bhagavan's contribution, continuous contribution, is the biggest Leela. And that is what we all need to start enriching and causing continuously, to understand that the possibility exists in us, and the self-doubt doesn't come when you do the contribution. More and more intense seeking happens, more and more intense change happens when we cause others reality, because all that doubt that we have is exactly what they have, and that comes as a reality. And when we cause their reality, simply our doubt vanishes. So the best and the easiest and the fastest is sharing and causing others reality. So with this, let's surrender all this to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Again and again, thank Bhagavan for the greatest gift that he is giving us as powerful cognition and power manifestation. With a deep seeking and gratitude, ask Bhagavan, make this as my reality. With that, let's finish this session with the Purna Mantra. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagavan in third eye, and chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshwaram Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. Please stay tuned for the next session. Very powerful cognition from Bhagavan's Kotiyat session. Nithyanandam.